If you clicked on this video, chances are you are a wife who is on the struggle bus and you're at your wit's end and you're feeling hopeless and you don't quite know what to do anymore. And in my content, I'm going to share with you all the work that God put me through to completely turn my marriage around. These are not pretty things to look at or to even talk about. This is taking an insane amount of vulnerability to essentially expose my character that was and still is very flawed. But I'm going to do my best and I'm going to be brave. And so I ask that you be gentle in the comment section, because it is not every day that someone is willing to say, hey, here's how I jacked up my life. I know I'm opening myself up to a lot of criticism, but I also know that I could potentially help people. So I'm going to choose to focus on that. So there is a lot to unpack about all the lessons that I learned. I haven't quite known where to start. I am not going to start at the beginning. Instead, I'm going to start at the beginning of where my life started to pivot back into a beautiful place. That is a couple of months ago, where I was led to a song called Slower I Go. And why is this so powerful? Well, because there is nothing slow about my mind. My mind is full go all the time, racing, spider webbing in 100 different directions. You know, some people call this anxiety. I've stopped using that word because I am trying to be very careful about what I speak over myself these days. But this song, Slower I Go, by SEU Worship, if you have not heard it, I really encourage you to do that. It really got me to slow down my thinking, slow down my reactions, slow down just everything. I listened to this song on repeat for weeks and weeks and weeks. And anytime I felt my mind start racing and telling me, like, I need to have this conversation right now with my husband. This needs to change now. We need to fix it now. This needs to be dealt with now. I would turn that song on and remember that God is not in a hurry. I'm in a hurry because we are made to run away from pain. We are made to be safe, to stay safe. And I had to fight so hard against that. The speed that was happening up there and the speed of which I was approaching my husband to fix the mess. I wanted it to end so bad. I mean, our marriage was incredibly destructive. And, you know, then I was reminded about Matthew 12:36, I believe it is, when we're told we're going to have to answer for every idle word that we speak. And I'm like, ooh, this whole speed of the mouth thing is really, I'm going to have a lot to answer for. And so I really started to slow down and really choose my words more carefully, which was so difficult because I was feeling insanely unheard. And so I was over-explaining everything. And it was a really bad cycle that I was stuck in. And I was feeling so incredibly hopeless, and nothing was changing, nothing was giving. And then I came across another song called The Miracle by Lizzie Morgan. And the Holy Spirit really spoke to me when I was listening to that and reminded me that, like, the actual miracle was the relationship that I was building, a personal relationship that I was building with Yeshua, Jesus, God, and the Holy Spirit within. That is the ultimate miracle. And that took some adjusting because, when I'm crying on the floor or in my closet, pleading for something to change, that wasn't like the miracle I was praying for, but in a moment, I realized that that is the miracle I received. It's this beautiful relationship that I now have because of the struggle I went through. It pays to slow down and to not rush things. God is not in a hurry. We're in a hurry. I think I said that already. But maybe I'm repeating it because it's really important. One of the fruits of the Spirit, depending what version you read, is patience. Patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, self-control. Patience is described as long suffering, which when you look that up, it's radical patience. And let that just be a reminder that this isn't about our time schedule. Because when we rush things, I believe the devil likes us to rush because we miss the blessing. We miss the lesson because we are in such a hurry to escape the pain that we don't tend to sit in it and ask the Holy Spirit to actually teach us and show us. We don't, okay, I need to speak just me. I was not good at sitting and just saying, what do you want me to know? What do you want to teach me? I was just trying to escape the madness and the pain. So this is another reminder as I'm talking about these songs to pay attention to what you're listening to and what you're watching and reading, because I like to call these gates, and what we let through those gates really impact our lives. I mean, we do that with our children, right? So I know for me, I got sucked in to the social media movement that was talking about, toxic men and we deserve better and the feminism movement and just leave him. And I have a whole video actually designated to that. But just be careful, because the devil will use all of that to convince you to actually make a quick decision. Because a lot of times what we watch and what we listen to, that ends up coming out of our mouth, right? Because we're like, oh, well, they said it. Now, if I go and I say this to my husband, well, I now feel validated. You need to be able to slow your mind so that you can slow the speed of your mouth and the words coming out. Because we are going to answer for everything, every idle word that we speak. And we need to make sure that we're building and not tearing down. And when you can couple that with humility and being willing to be teachable and willing to listen and willing to look at your own stuff, that is where the miracle happens. Because it's not just about slowing down and then being quiet and avoiding. It's about slowing down and being willing to pay attention, to listen, to learn, and then to implement what it is that you have been shown. So I hope that you guys found this useful and helpful. I hope I was able to articulate this message in a way that is received. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.